We've all had to tighten our belts a bit recently, cutting back on luxury items and activities we used to enjoy before the fuel price did its thing. For some of us, it meant rolling up our sleeves and doing the odd jobs we used to pay others to do, like cutting the grass, unblocking the drain, and washing the car. Some of these things can be a bit of a schlep, but there's something to be said for the satisfaction of a job well done. So, let's roll out those sleeves, strap in, as we show you how to clean your car like a boss on a budget. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Londega. And if you're new here and like what you see, please do the cool YouTube thing, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode. Now, let's begin. Before you start, remove all watches, rings, or other jewelry that could scratch the car. Avoid studs and zips on your clothes too. A good rule of thumb is to dress comfortable in clothes you don't mind getting dirty and park your car in a shady spot so you can avoid soap and water from drying too quickly. The touchless wash part 1. Generally, the dirtier your car is, the easier it is to scratch. That's because the dirt acts as an abrasive as soon as you clean it with a towel or sponge. So, it's a good idea to try and remove as much dirt as you can without touching it. Firstly, there's the power washer route. If you have one of these, make sure to set the spray pattern to wide and keep it about 1/2 meter away from the car. The next route is a simple hose attachment. You won't have to worry too much about the distance with this, as the pressure is not likely to damage the paint. In both instances, start from the top, work your way down, and let gravity do the rest. The touchless wash part 2. Next up is the foam cannon. If you've never heard of one of these before, they're relatively inexpensive online, and basically, they fit into a regular hose attachment to spray a thick layer of foam onto the car. Waxless car wash soap is perfect for this part because we're trying to strip the car of any grease, dirt, and wax to get down to the bare paint. Once you've covered the car in a generous amount, let it soak for a while before you rinse the car again with water. The 2-bucket system. Now we're ready to move on to a touch wash, where we're going to start off with 2 buckets. One we'll use for the soap water and the other for rinsing. Both should have dirt grids at the bottom to keep contaminants out. Make sure you rinse both out before you start to remove any dirt or other particulates that may have collected during storage. The rinse bucket is important because we don't want to put any dirt or particulates back into the soapy water that could potentially scratch the car. Towels. Anytime you touch your car, you want to make sure you're using something that won't scratch it. So, we recommend a microfiber wash pad. They have a lot of small fibers that pull the dirt from your car and trap them deep inside, reducing abrasion. Location and motion. It's always a good idea to start washing your car from the top and work your way to the bottom so the dirt runs down the car. This way, you're not getting the clean parts dirty again. Then, wash your car in straight lines instead of circular motion. If you do somehow end up scratching your car, circular scratches can be seen from different angles, making them seem more pronounced. Wash your car in sections, rinsing the wash pad often in the rinse bucket and ensuring that the wash pad is generously soaked in soap to help with the lubrication. It's also a good idea to rinse each section after you've washed it, so the soap doesn't have the opportunity to stain the paint. The clay bar. By now, your car is looking nice and clean, but it's not perfect. You still want to remove those contaminants stuck to the top layer of the paint. Run your hand along the sections of the car and feel for them. If the surface feels rough, you have contaminants. Find these rough patches, use a bit of soapy water to lubricate the surface, and glide the clay bar in straight lines across the surface. Use medium to light pressure, work your way around by feel, and stop when the surface feels smooth. When the clay gets visibly dirty, fold it over so you're working with clean clay. Once this process is done, give your car a good rinse. Drying. We recommend using a microfiber cloth with deep fibers made specifically for drying your car. Stay away from chamois because if there's any dirt left on the car, these will just pick it up and run it along the surface. Again, start at the top, use straight lines, and work your way down. Paint correction. If you found some light scratches in your clear coat that bug you, you can get rid of them by using a scratch remover polish. This kind of polish is ever so slightly abrasive, so it'll gently sand down the clear coat. For this, we recommend using an applicator different from your car's color, just to let you know if you've gone all the way through the clear coat and into the paint. This is the one time we do recommend going in small circles because you want to attack all these scratches from different directions. Once you've completed an area, feather the polish out for a nice even finish. Once you're done, buff the polish off with the other side of the applicator and finish with a clean microfiber cloth in straight lines. Waxing. So, we've cleaned the car of all its dirt, degreased the paint, clay barred all the stubborn contaminants out, fixed the light clear coat scratches, and finally, it's time to seal the paint with some wax. First, get some wax onto an applicator and apply to one panel of the car using a straight back and forth motion. You want to spread a thin layer of wax to the paint so that it dulls and removes the reflection. Check the instructions on your wax to see how long you need to leave it on before removing it, and then buff it out. Keep going section by section until you've done it all. And just look at that, from dull and dirty to shiny and clean. Look at how much richer that paintwork looks. Minor clear coat scratches are gone and this car is returned to almost showroom glory. And there you go, car cleaned like a boss. It is a bit of an investment up front, but as soon as you have the tools, they should last you a good long while. And as the old saying goes, if you want something done right, do it yourself. After all, who cares more about your car than you? In the description below, we've provided links to all the items used in this episode. And no, it's not the very best money can buy, but we are, after all, on a budget. And with the tips we've shown you today, your car's going to sparkle like brand new. Almost. Know anything we may have left out or any tips you know would have made this tutorial even more boss-like? Drop us a comment, we'd love to hear from you, and I'm sure we'll do another one of these episodes for the interior of your car. But that's all the time we have left for today. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again soon, and until next time, stay safe out there.